All right, guys, I know it's been a little bit here, but we're going to jump right back into it and get into my last trades that I made here in the last week or so. Now, it's been about 8 days or so since I did my last video, but I've had a lot going on last week, and I actually had a trip last weekend where I was on a trip and had no internet, so I had no way to really do any videos or anything like that. I did do a few trades. I think I did a total of 3 trades last week. Overall, did not do very well on most of it, mostly being that I lost a total of 133 last week in trades, so not very good, not good at all. It came down to the 18th, which would have been, let's see, the 18th would have been on Thursday. That was my last trade. I left Thursday night for a trip, and I didn't get back till Sunday, so I wasn't really able to get anything done. I was pretty tired after that trip too, so I decided just to hold off, and then I missed Monday, and that was kind of my own fault because I was at work and I was extremely busy. So unfortunately, I missed the great things that were happening on Monday because there were some really good trades happening Monday and some big gainers and stocks to really pick from on Monday that could have made a really good profit. I missed it. It was my fault, but we're going to move on and we're just going to deal with it. The trade I did make that I didn't talk about was NKGN. I took 400 shares, bought at $1.35, ended up stopping out at $1.27. 8 cents a share, not a big deal. 32 bucks. I mean, can't complain. It was not a big loss or anything like that. 8 cents a share is better than my 10-cent max loss is what I'm trying to stay closer to and not get over that. So I'm doing fairly good there, and I'm trying to stop the bleeding at least on that. And I'm also trying to up my success rate. Right now we're at about 35%, which is like the lowest I really can go. And my monthly P&L right now is at $26.90 negative. So I've lost $26.90 for the month so far. So not so good. And we're getting closer to the end of the month. And right now, as it sits, my profit to loss ratio 1.67 to 1, which is not bad. I mean, I want to stay at a minimum 1-to-1. So which means basically when you look at this number here, if you don't know what that means, it's $1.67 to every dollar I earn. So for every dollar I earn, I spend, I get $1.67 back. So not too bad. Good profit, not a bad profit to loss ratio. I'm trying to keep it at a 2-to-1 or higher, 1-to-1 at the very least, because as you know, a 1-to-1 means you have to be at least right 50% of the time, whereas a 2-to-1, you can be wrong 67% of the time, 67% of the time, and you can still be profitable. And really, I'm not that far off the mark. I mean, when you look at what I've done for the entire month, I had $336 in green trades and $363 in bad trades. And if you average them on a per average trade, I did an average of $67.22 per green trade, and on red trades, $40.33. Because I had a couple bad trades in there. This $80 loss and this $102 loss, not so good. All right, so for today's trade, I did MRIA. I traded this morning right at the opening bell, bought 200 shares at $3.76 and sold at $3.90, doing 18 cents a share or $35.40 for a gain to my profit and loss right now, $1,000, $1,974. So is it great? No. Is it anything to write home about? Obviously not. It's not. But what's good is it comes over that threshold of 10 cents or better. And that's good because we want to be over 10 cents a share when we trade. So if you know anything about trading and you want to, just a small gain of 10 cents and you buy 1,000 shares, that's $100 gain right there. So I like to make base hits. I want to make nice trades and trade when the MACD is open. So when this line is above the signal line, we get, obviously those are the spots we want to jump in on a trade. And that's exactly what I did today. I got in right here on this candle. So I jumped in on this candle right at about 9:30, 9:31. And I basically held this for about 30 seconds and it dipped way down. And I was kind of like, you know what? I think this is coming back though. And The reason I thought that is because it wasn't going below this spot right here. I mean, yes, it made this move here, but it wasn't going below this particular spot right here, which told me that, hey, if this candle breaks below this, guess what? It's probably not going to go. It's probably not going to happen. But it didn't do that, and it rallied back for the most part. And then on the next candle, it started out way back down here at 364 and rode all the way back up to 393. Now, in this particular trade, I actually got in at 376 and rode it all the way up to 390. But as you can tell, I didn't take the entire trade in and do it all in one move. I actually broke this into two moves on this particular trade. So as you can see here, I bought 200 shares at 376, but then when this got up to about 390, it kind of stalled out. So I sold half my shares. I sold 100 shares, and I decided to wait for just a little bit. I got into this next candle, and it started to pop up to over $4. What I was really looking for was a break over $4 at this point. And if it was to go, it was going to add back into the position and try to ride it higher. But I didn't decide to do that because it just seemed to stall out here, and it didn't seem to really break through that $4 mark. It had a lot of resistance at this mark. Obviously, from this right here, it showed that it just couldn't break back over this level right here. And then at that point, I was kind of like, okay, we're stalled out, momentum's kind of lost, let's just get out altogether. And I stopped out for another penny loss on it, so it came out to a total of $35.40 on the actual trade, which was not bad. It was good. It was a good move. I wanted to try that particular trade where I sold off half, took a little bit of profit on this deal, and then kind of rode around with this last 100 shares to see if I could make anything of it. And if it started to break through again, I was going to add back to my position, average up, and push for the next move higher. And at this point, I felt like this stock really wasn't doing it, and within a few candles later, it actually broke below the MACD right at this point again. So that told me we're starting to get on the backside of the move now, and obviously it really dropped off after that. So we were done trading that move right there at that point. So we were done. So I just kind of left it go, and I decided that was my trade for the day, and I moved on. So it turned out to be a good trade today. I held it longer. I think I held this trade for right around 3 minutes. It was good. I was feeling like it's going to come back. It didn't break above this level, so we're in a good position to try to make that momentum back up and run these numbers high again. So hopefully I can run this up and start getting a hang of things. I think overall, with everything that I'm doing here, good things. I've had definitely a lot of trades where they're above 10 cents. At least on the green trades, they're all above 10 cents. Downside, I've had too many, as far as this month goes, too many trades where I hung on too long, or I couldn't get out quick enough, and I had to bail out because the losses were just going to be too much overall as far as some of these trades went. But this trade right here overall was really one of my best for the month, $219.20. That was a great trade. And right now momentum's on our side with a lot of the stock market. Things are going good. I think a few of the stocks went up over 600% today, so that's great. And it's definitely the bulls are in charge, the bears are not, and it's looking good. So things I'm going to work on, obviously, we're going to try to work on the success ratio. Though being at the end, more of the end of the month, it's going to be a little harder to push this number up overall. And but we're going to work on it. I think if I get, if I would just get 3 or 4 more trades, I think overall for the month, I don't think there's many trading days. 1, 2, 3, so 6 days left. So if I were to get 11 days total green days, I think we'd get it up to a 55. That'd be great. We'd be at the inverse of negative trades, and we'd be in a better position overall, we'd be in a much better position overall. And I think that overall we're going to get there at some point. It's just going to take time to really go through these trades and pick the right ones, especially when the MACD's open and getting in the right position. So if you'd like to follow me along on this channel with with what I'm doing. I'm learning trading. I'm picking up how to do this and studying from other people and learning how to do trading. And I started out back in March and just started signed up for Webull, got a paper trading account, which is a simulated account. I don't have to put real money on the line, and I'm just trading in a simulated account right now, trying to make this work and figure it out. And if I can get to a positive success rate ratio, I think it's possible. So at this point, I think I'm going to leave it go there. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, check it out. See you later.